Back at the hotel in Inverness for the end of day 2. Today was the Loch Ness adventure tour doodaddy. It was a lot of fun. We went, and I think the biggest, coolest things we saw was Urquhart Castle. I like to call it Kumquat Castle, but it has been around since about 506 and was abandoned for about 600 years. It played a big part in the Scottish War for Independence in around 1300, and then it ended up playing a big role in the Jacobite uprising. So for all the history and things we learned, it was fun. Jacobites were the people who supported King James VII, who was deposed because he was a Catholic, and he was replaced by a Protestant king and queen, and so he ran away, and then the Highlanders preferred everything to be Catholic, so they supported James and ended up with a Jacobite uprising for about 200 years. So that castle switched hands between English, Scots, and with the Scots, a very large, oops, hang on, I can't hold my phone properly. Okay, a very large number of clans switched it in and out. It was a very strategic castle and apparently very easy to capture. The last thing that happened with that is that the clan Grant was in looking after the castle. It was used as a hunting estate by the clan Grant that actually lived down south near Edinburgh, and the clan Douglas, wanted it, so they ended up raiding cattle, stealing things like that. The Grants that were in the castle suddenly realized that they were not going to win a siege that the Douglas clan had put out, so they stuffed it full of gunpowder and let the Douglas folks come in, blew it up, and now it's in ruins. It's been standing in ruins for a long time. So that was the exciting part. We did see a lot of other fun things like the Fountain of Youth, a lot of old bridges that were built around 1100 to join the forts together. There are a bunch of forts that were put together after, no, it wasn't 1100, it was around 1300 after the Scottish War of Independence. So those were really cool. A lot of nice backgrounds, things like that. We did hear some fun fairy stories. It turns out that all the fairies are evil and just want to make life tough for everyone, so nobody here likes fairies. What else did we get? Was there anything exciting that you remember? What were your highlights for today?
Everything. We got to go on a boat across the loch. It was still as glass, which was weird because everybody tells us it's pouring with rain all the time and there's these big winds and massive waves, and it was like yeah, it was good.
And we did see some rain today, so that was fun. I had picked up a sheep's wool sweater. Oh, I have a story about the sweater. All right, so sheep's wool sweater, and so that kept me nice and warm, actually way too warm during the rain, so I got to use my brolly. We got a little bit drenched while we were running around Farquhar's Castle, and Kumquat Castle. So while we were running around, it did rain fairly heavily, but not for very long, so we got to hide under umbrellas for that one. So our tour guide was telling us that there is probably 3 sheep to every person in Scotland, and the rule of thumb around here is 1 to eat, 1 to wear, and 1 to cuddle at night to keep you warm. So my sweater is now called sheep number 2. So yeah, I have sheep number 2 that I will be bringing back. I think that's it for today. We got home a little earlier today. Yesterday was 8:30 by the time we got home, back to the hotel, that is, and we had to dig around to try and find some place that was open and to eat, that is, because most places close the doors, roll up the sidewalks at 5 o'clock. So other than that, yeah, we're good. So tonight we're staying home in the hotel. I have some leftover pizza from the place last night, and I'm gonna
egg and crust sandwich.
An egg and crust sandwich?
Crust.
Oh, egg and crust sandwich. Nice. Nice.
Although
Okay.
it may yet have crusts on it too.
Yeah.
Can't tell.
Sounds good. And in a moment, I'm going to come back and tell you the story of Kilt Rock from yesterday.